Anyway.
What's up, guys?
Y'all.
I
heard that.
I gotta get one of those.
What the fudge?
Yeah, what the? Oh, fudge.
Oh, fudge.
So is BAM out of streaming and stuff anymore? Or are they completely
That's
done?
what they say. I don't know.
No
I'm
idea.
skeptical, but we'll see.
What did I
Andy,
do?
is that a McDonald's koozie on your cup there?
It is.
Nice.
I'm loving
Yep.
it. Is that Coca-Cola on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Coca-Cola.
Okay. I saw that. Yeah.
It is. It
Okay.
is. You had to get
I
mine on
like-
eBay because all the ones around here, none of them had them in stock. So
I like Pepsi.
I like Pepsi.
Actually, you know the best Coca-Cola you guys can have
it's from McDonald's.
is
Cold one?
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Their fries and their colas. Yeah.
Yep.
No,
Mhm.
you got the glass bottle. That's the best Coca-Cola.
Oh
The
yeah,
glass
definitely,
If
definitely.
it's
hands
gotta be
down.
cold. I mean, really cold.
Yeah.
bottle.
I tell you what I've been
Growing up-
drinking. I tell you what I've
growing
been
up
drinking
here.
lately is Sprite Zero with peach.
Really?
Sonic. Yeah, it's really good.
That sounds good.
It is good. Go try it. They got it at Sonic.
Nice.
Nice. It's gonna be a good show tonight, guys. We got a lot to talk about.
Hey Kevin,
Sure good.
Yo.
have you seen my funkin' towel?
Yeah. Remember I was I told you left it at my house the other night.
He sweats in it.
I thought it felt kind
He
of.
does more than that in it
moment.
until he comes
Yeah.
over to visit you again.
Yeah.
He does a
Yeah.
lot more than that in it. I was surprised.
I had to add extra fabric stuff there.
I was like, "You clean your mom with that towel?" I sure
Oh,
Oh man.
said, "I
Family
sure
show.
do."
Family show.
Family show.
Family
Come on now.
There's nothing wrong with bathing your mother.
hey.
What's wrong with that, boy?
I don't know. Hopefully the intro doesn't repeat itself tonight. I don't know why it does that.
Kevin,
Yo,
you want one of these?
see, y'all are always, man. I'm constantly talking to y'all in the groups, but I still think y'all got a three. It's expanding the group chat, but I guarantee you three just got one all by yourselves. Let's share this. Let's share this.
No,
Well,
no.
Nothing.
We're
We'll
in
never
one
tell.
chat. Yeah.
Yeah, my tail you are.
One single chat.
Hey, I got Chucky behind
But
me.
where did that come from?
You see? His legs
Chuck,
are
hear that
dangling.
cup.
Feet hanging
Chucky.
down. Kind of creepy, but no. Where'd you get the
My wife and my son surprised me for Father's Day.
like one of the little things at the mall or some of these places around?
No,
here?
it's a Yeti one. A Yeti one. She
Oh.
ordered it online.
Oh,
Yeah,
here's. Let me show you mine.
it was so awesome.
You better hurry. You got less than 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Ooh, nice.
And then I have this one. And this one's really cool because my initials are written in the Star Wars language. I forget what it is.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
I think it's called
Live long and
Arabic.
prosper.
It's a Star Wars language.
Check this out, Gav.
Well,
They
Star
agree.
Wars, at least Star Trek.
Cool.
Watch this. Ready?
Wait,
Got
wait.
that?
Because I'm an idiot. All right.
You got that, right? Now
Uh-huh.
watch this.
Did the same thing on the back. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
Well,
about. monkey.
I went in the room and I came out and she had my phone in her hand. And she was, oh, I was trying to look at something. Your phone went off. I said, okay. So I didn't pay it no mind. Well, she got the logo for the show out of my phone and sent it to herself. And the next day when I went to work, her and my son went on the Yeti thing and they got the custom, the custom work done. My favorite color is green because I love the color of money. So that's why they did it green.
30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. We start the show. We are live, but we start the show in 25 seconds now.
It's definitely going to be a good show.
Yeah,
I think
it's
so.
gonna be-
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope so anyway. I hope so. Thanks for that.
What's up? What's up, Ryan? What's up,
More
Scott?
outside than inside.
All right.
The dick.
See you on the other side.
Hello, I'm the Barbarian, and I'm watching the Spanning the Globe.
Oh, sorry. There it is. Okay. Sorry, I was in virtual reality, guys. It is Thursday night. We are spanning the globe, and we're happy to have you joining us tonight. Let me get the banner going here real quick. There we go. And we're so happy you have joined us tonight. I was off last week, and Richard held down the fort for us. So let me go ahead and bring on Richard, aka the Warden,
What's up, guys?
Mr. Andy B, the Cincinnati Bengal.
Hello there. I can't see you, Mark.
You can't see me.
I think your camera's off.
Yeah,
No, it's on. It's on.
pitch black in your screen.
He's the invisible man tonight.
Can you see me now?
We'll see in a second. Spin it. Well, no.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So let's, can you hear me?
Yeah,
We can hear you loud and clear.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, all right. So we have a special guest host joining us tonight, our fellow admin from the Wide World of Bells group, Mr. Kevin.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Thank you for
Sorry I
joining us
wasn't
tonight.
in any of that intro. I don't have $25 a month to pay to Mark to be in the intro.
Oh, we know what that was
We went
about.
up with 35.
Okay, we're 35. Yeah, we're the premium.
What's up,
group.
Mark?
Oh, Laverty,
Hey, Mark.
Littles, a Facebook user. Hey, if you're joining us on Facebook tonight, please click on the StreamYard link and click on the link that allows your name to pop up on the screen so we can see who we're talking to. Mr. Platinum Swords joins us every week.
Hey,
Very loyal
Platinum.
viewer. Thank you.
What's up, Platinum?
Thank you. It's great to be back. Not sure what that's about. I don't. That's Mr. Noor
What's up,
from
Noor?
Noor. Where's he at?
From Malaysia.
Malaysia. I'm trying to find. I moved my videos around, so I'm trying to find it here. Oh, here it is. Kevin popped off. Popped back in. Do you still not see me?
Yeah,
Oh,
we see
can
now.
see you. We can
Okay.
see you.
All right. Try to catch up with it. Here we go.
You were getting your
Mr. Scott
John
Aaron?
Cena on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Can't see me. Hello, Scott Aarons, fellow Oklahoman. Okay, you can have that chat elsewhere. Happy early birthday, Cuddles. Hello, Mr. Denisi. It was great. I went zip lining, I went kayaking, and did a little swimming and did a lot of sweating. It was hot down there.
What's up, Ralph? It's been a while, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Kibby?
James Ellis in the house. What's up,
Oh,
Kibby?
Kibby's comments always keep me entertained. Hello, Phil.
Phil Ray in the house.
Buddy. Yeah.
Hey, Phil.
Drew. Glad to have you join us tonight.
Drew, what's going on?
Hello,
Who's this
good
guy?
evening, Gianni.
Gianni.
Gianni. I'll explain that in a minute. I think he's talking about the gerbil video. Let's see. Oh, they're going to hook up. Okay, or link up.
That's
Sorry,
awesome.
link up.
Link up, not hook up, guys.
They-
Gotta learn the lingo, guys. Come
that's
on.
right. That's right. Carl. Glad to have you watching again tonight.
Ryan Martin, chilling. What's up?
Hail the pit. Suck up. I don't know who that is. If you don't want to click the StreamYard link, you can go over to YouTube and look up the
That's
Wide
Ralph.
World Belts. Oh,
Ralph
okay.
Jr.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Mr. Ellis.
Okay.
Mr. Ryan Martin. That's the referee we had on the show a while back.
Hey,
Thanks for
Ryan.
joining us tonight. Have to bring you back on sometime. Like to have you back on sometime.
Definitely.
Oh my, you've been doing the circuit, I guess. No, I forgot the jacket. I was so busy trying to get things around, I forgot the jacket. Yeah, okay. And in case my camera was off at the beginning of the show, I just got this skin from my Meta Quest or Oculus Quest, whatever you want to call it, with the Spanning the Globe podcast logo on it. It's also on top. I ordered this on vacation. I took this on vacation with me last week, and my daughter went with us, and she took hers, and she was telling me about these custom skins you could get for these. So I ordered it. It just came today. What is it?
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Enjoy it. Been playing. I played some golf. There's a golf game you can get on there. So
Nice.
okay, so I want to remind everybody this show is sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Belt Leathering and by Unique Championship Belts. Oh, sorry. I was singing off the music. Thank you.
What's
Okay.
up?
Okay.
Ralph.
Yeah, I'm not putting that up there. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah. So let's start the first hour, the opening bell. And we do not have a belt of the week this week. We have a substitute. And let me bring the camera up. We'll bring up the belt cam because I have something special. And some of you guys may have seen this already when I posted. They finally arrived. The Powertown action figures have finally arrived. I finally got them. I think they came in on Monday. They came on Monday, or maybe I got them yesterday. No, they came Monday.
That Brody. Wow, man. That's Stan Henson and
Hang on, my table's
The
tilted.
Magnum. I like the Magnum.
Yep.
Yeah, my favorite.
That's what she said.
Oh my.
Yeah.
No, she didn't. She's sitting right here.
Yeah.
Hey yo.
Oh, move the camera down here, or the microphone. Okay, so we got over here. We got the get the microphone over. I can see. There you go. We got Luthez.
Wow, they're pretty detailed.
He's
They
got
are.
that little NWA belt right there. Got the
EDC
towel.
belt.
That's what I like about this. It gives some facts about him on the inside cover.
Did they come with IQ points?
I don't know.
5 of them.
I'll explain the IQ points here in a minute.
Yeah, 5 of them.
Then you got the Vern Gagne. Open it up. I got these kind of in chronological order here.
That's so nice how they got where you can open it and display it and keep it in the
Yeah,
box.
so you don't have to open the belt or open the box.
Mhm.
He's got the old AWA belt, which is the latest AWA belt, but got alternate hands. It doesn't focus. Sorry. A towel. I guess a towel was a thing back in the 50s.
Was it sweat on?
I don't know.
It's worth more if it's sweat on.
Yeah.
Guess Gianni.
Then you got Bruiser Brody. He's got the claw marks on his head, the cut marks. He's got the chain. He's got the
Wow.
IWGP or the New Japan Pro Wrestling tag team belt.
Wow.
He's got his fur vest, the boots, and he's also got that one. He always wore that one knee brace around or knee wrap.
You got the head scars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Tons
It
of
won't,
them.
it won't focus, but yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
That is really nice.
And we got his
Wow.
tag team champion partner over here, Stan Hansen. Got his rope. He's got that same tag team belt.
What were these a piece?
I don't remember what they were a piece. I bought the set. Each set was like was it $90 or $100, something like that. I don't remember what I paid for him. He has chaps. He's got that Texas Longhorn hand right there. Being a Sooner, I hate that symbol, but
Oh, it comes with the cowbell too. Wow.
yeah, it needs
And
more
the rope.
cowbell. Needs more cowbell. Then you got Kerry Von Erich
Nice.
and the world class WCCW Heavyweight Championship belt. He's got the regular hands. And he's also got the claw hand. He does
Oh
the iron claw.
wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, they put the knee pads separate, but of course it has figures about him here.
Yeah, I like the detail with the background of it too.
Yeah, very nice. And last but not least, you up here. You got Magnum TA.
The man.
With the Luger US or the Magnum
Wow.
Magnum US.
Comes with the leather jacket. That's awesome.
That's nice.
His,
I like that.
somebody, I can't remember who it was, one of his daughters or stepdaughters said that they got the detail on the boots really cool. It's got the stars. You got even the fingertip has some tape wrapped around it.
That's pretty cool, man. Look at the mustache
Yeah, I
on
want
him.
to
Yeah.
pick that one up. Get that one.
Probably has a hidden blade in there somewhere.
The detail is just unreal on these things.
It is very nice.
Oh yeah, they nailed it.
Even on the belts. I wish they would focus on here, but I can't. But the detail on that US belt is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So these were well worth the wait. Although I think the wait was too long. But finally glad to get those in.
What up,
Now,
Ben?
Classic
Thanks
Shields-
for joining us tonight.
So let me take him off. Okay. Now, if Classic
Oh.
Shields will do the same and get me my plates, I'll be happy.
Be nice.
Oh,
wouldn't it?
those look pretty good, man.
Yeah, I'm very happy with them. Now, I might sell the Luthez and Vern Gagne if there's anybody that's into that. I need to kind of get some comparable prices. I've been seeing they've been selling on eBay, so they may be up for sale. Haven't decided yet.
There you go, Ralph. They make them look a lot better because they're pop. You can see their head when it's closed. Yeah, if I got them, I would have to display them in the box.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I agree.
They're great. It only takes, what, 9 months for these things to come out?
Hmm. It was like the AEW figures. Remember when they released the first line and then they had to redo them over?
Yeah.
I got the original one.
Well, Phil, they may have another release of these. I don't know. It depends on how well these go.
If they do, I might jump on it.
Yeah, the Carry's my favorite. What'd you comment?
What in the?
It just showed up. I don't know. I thought I was doing it privately.
No, Richard, don't be afraid to speak up whenever you want.
Yeah,
you know,
you don't have to type it out. Say it, man. Say it. Yeah, and I'm going to open up the Carry figure and the Magnum figure and the
Yeah.
Bruiser Brody figure.
I'd open them all up.
And probably Stan Hansen. But I might sell the Vern Gagne and Luthez because I don't really have belts for them to sit in front of. So
The only figures I have that I've never opened up is the Russians.
Agree, Ralph.
And
Technically, I do agree, man.
I need to open these.
Oh wow, Kevin,
That's
you're making me
the-
jealous. That's
the only-
awesome.
That's the
Yeah,
only
very
ones I've never opened.
That's the
I
only
don't know
figure
why,
Nikita,
but
Nikita's the
I've
best.
never opened this. I thought they looked pretty good in here.
TA.
Ivan looks really
Magnum
good.
TA.
Big
That's all
Ben.
I-
Little Ben.
Hey Ben,
But I gotta open those. I can't wait any longer.
Yeah, my cubes back here are so small. I'm not sure I can do them in the box. I'm gonna have to put take the figure out of the box. But I don't plan on selling the ones I'm gonna keep. Or
Yeah, I gotta move my stuff.
I'm gonna open the
around,
ones I'm gonna
too.
keep. No, they were pre-order. They're pre-order.
Mhm.
So,
yeah, they're all gone.
but
eBay.
if they do well in sales, they may open up again for sales.
Yeah, the
again.
game is
Go on
pretty
eBay,
good.
but you're going to pay an arm and a leg on eBay.
I am definitely gonna wait until they release them again.
I heard the video game on the AEW wasn't very good.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I've heard
actually
that too.
pretty good.
No.
If you're a No Mercy fan from back to the Nintendo 64, it's like that, but the graphics are even clearer.
Okay,
I
I heard
like
it's
it.
graphics that were
People
that
wanted
were
a
80s.
simulation game, and it's not a
But
simulation
it
game.
does
They
not.
made it more of over the top graphic, kind of like the WWE All Stars, that type of. What's
Yeah,
up,
there's
my
no
man?
entrance themes, and
What's
there's
up, Ethan?
there's no commentary by the
Hey,
announcers
girl.
either.
No, I actually like it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. But what I do like, and I was laughing at, is these people are creating like John Cena, Roman Reigns,
On the
and then putting them in the AEW game. It's
Oh,
awesome.
that's great. That's great.
I
That is
think
great.
anything out there that's competition wise pushes the other to do better. So,
Mhm.
you know,
I mean,
anyway,
ring wise in the game, the ring is a lot bigger than a WWE game.
good.
And
Good. Well,
detail.
I haven't checked it out. I've been, monitoring it. I haven't played it though, but
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I know it wasn't meant to be simulation based. It was made to be. Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it
they're
worth waiting
they're saving
forever?
all the
No.
memory for all the blood that Moxley's going to be bleeding.
Yeah, you have to buy that though.
Yeah,
It
I don't
doesn't come with the
understand what's
game.
wrong.
That's extra.
I know games are getting more and more
blood so separately.
they're bigger, I guess you should say, but
I just
it
froze up
seems to
again.
me that they're so rushed anymore. Or is it these developers and these guys in there don't want to work, don't want to do anything? Is that the generation? Because so many games are coming out with so many more glitches and so many more mistakes. It's crazy.
Well,
Didn't have this problem 5,
Yeah.
6 years ago.
Well, Kenny Omega was behind the game, and he really, he's a gamer, so he really wanted a game that the fans would really get into. So that's what took it. Another reason why it took so long too. And then they had other issues.
Gianni just teed it up for me.
You want one of these?
One more time because there's two figures.
You want one of these?
Thank you, Mr. Gary Sutton, for that.
Yeah, I gotta
great.
agree with Ralph. It wasn't overpriced the game neither, which was perfect.
Yeah, that comment's true.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I heard was the biggest criticism was the graphics. So.
I hope they remaster those, like the original SmackDown versus Raw and all that.
I know what Ben's laughing about.
Yeah.
I do too.
Oh man. There you go. Yeah. I saw that. Good evening, Facebook user. If you're watching us on Facebook, please click on StreamYard link and click on the link that allows your name to pop up on the screen. Or if you don't want to do that, you can go to the Wide World of Belts YouTube channel and click on that and search for the live stream of the show. And if you're watching us on YouTube, that portion of the show was just made available by a partnership with the Brothers Kayfabe podcast out of Oklahoma City. Landon and Jake do a really good job, and we just renewed the subscription last week or this week.
Thank you guys.
So,
What's up, Franklin?
So we had planned to do. Yeah, Ben is laughing. Hello, Franklin.
Hey, Franklin.
So we're going to do some hobby 101, but I want to get back to the gerbil video for a second because Richard did such a bang up job last week on his little live, which was not an official podcast, by the way. It was supposed to be like a informal chat, and he did have some technical issues, the echo, and I was watching part of the show, but I was on vacation, so I couldn't watch it all. And there were some technical issues, but I thought it was really good. But it resulted in a response video, and in the response video, it was mentioned that the collective IQ of the group that was doing the live last week was about what I thought was 50.
No, he's at 5.
Okay, 5. So the video was wrong, but so he said, and it was said that that wasn't too bad if it was a gerbil. So that's what the gerbil wheel is about.
Who was that directed towards? Was that everybody in there? This
Richard, Mark Laverty, Andy, and we had Gianni on the show last week. So not a show. It was.
You don't want to say the person's name? Is that what it is?
No.
I bet you can guess, Kevin.
Yeah. No,
just message me it.
Okay.
Over 100 views on YouTube. So you did a great Great job.
Yep. Like I said, it was just a promptu discussion with a bunch of guys, like sitting around the table and just talking.
Yeah.
That's all it was. It wasn't a podcast. It had nothing to do with spanning the
It doesn't
globe.
matter
was
what it
just-
is. It's
No,
nobody's
it's-
business to sit
no.
there and crack on it or make jokes, because I guarantee you, whoever it is or whatever it is, there's some pretty good stuff that somebody could you around on. So, get your head out your and grow up. Grow up.
I need a
That's all
bleeper.
I'll say. Whoever it is, you can grow up. That's it.
I need a bleeper.
I
So
don't care if I
anyway,
know- I don't care if I know you, don't know you, don't do stuff like that.
Richard did such a good job. It actually generated a response. So, and the response has since been taken down, which it should have been, because there was absolutely nothing wrong with the podcast or the live last week, except for the technical difficulties, which could not be helped. So, and I apologize. My camera's been freezing up, and because for some reason we've had storms in the area and our towers. I switched to my other internet on my work phone. So if they're watching, I'm sorry. And that tower apparently is having issues too. So I'm having some connection issues. So I apologize ahead of time for that. I hope to get that fixed soon. So
Because you
anyway,
I'll be talking.
Because you
about it.
received your power down figures. That's why.
yes, that's why. Yeah, power down. So we were going to do some hobby 101. Let me pull up my banners here. So we're going to start with this for one. A lot of people forget this. It's a hobby. It's a hobby, people. We all have real lives. I have a job. I have other things I do on the side. I have my family. I have my friends. I have other activities I do. Kevin has his farm he works on. Richard has his job. Andy has his job. We all have free time. This is our escape from reality, the hobby.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a time of fellowship where we take our collections and we share the love of the collection with everybody else. Okay. There are some people who want to make a buck off of this hobby, which there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm doing it. I mean, I do it with the leather work. So there's nothing wrong with that. But there's some people that take that and just completely like it's on steroids. And they forget the fundamental reason we're doing this is the love of the belts, the love of the figures, the love of the memorabilia. That's what we're here for, is to share our love of the memorabilia. People take it way too serious.
Yep.
And I'm talking too much. You guys chime in. Go ahead.
No, it's just
Totally agree with you.
like you said, it's for the love of the hobby. It's fun. It's something that we can do. We all get together. We talk about wrestling. We talk about collecting. And
Look
people
up
don't realize the positive stuff that comes out of the hobby. Everybody focuses on the negative. You know what I mean? And that's what the problem is.
That's why I need to get the towers working, I guess. So
You just
with
need to
that
look
said,
up-
I'm gonna answer Ben's question right here. Is the hobby dead though, or is it? No, actually, the hobby is alive and well,
Thriving.
thriving. Actually, yeah.
It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
Why would it be
Hobby
dead?
is alive and
Very
well.
much so alive. Yeah.
Why would it be dead? Who's saying it's dead?
No, in general.
I'll give you one guess, Kev. One guess.
No, the hobby is not dead.
I mean, you look up the definition of hobby. It's something done for fun and recreation. That usually has a collective purposes about it, or it has a purpose of interest, and you put some of your time into it. But there's some that try to take it too far, take it to a limit. Especially, I've seen here lately, somebody buying a belt and then, they're messaging the person the very next day. Did you mail it? Did you mail it? Did you mail it?
Mm-hmm.
Just relax.
Yeah.
If you've got a good thing on it, give somebody a day or two to mail it up and this, that, and the other.
Speaking of, this happened. I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Or maybe it was the day before yesterday. In a group.
It was 4th of July night.
Oh, that's right. It was. Yeah, 4th of July.
Yeah,
This is
4th
what
of
makes
July
it funny.
night. They wanted it shipped right then and there.
This guy,
Yeah.
his name is Matt Melton. Okay, I don't know this guy. I think apparently he's new to the hobby. I'm trying to get through this.
I don't care what he's new to.
So anyway, what he did, he apparently put some money down on a belt through Nick Carnivale's maker, and I don't remember. I think it was the NWA US or something like that. So he puts the money down on the 4th of July. That evening, he starts messaging Nick and tries to call him through messengers, wondering where his belt's at. Like this is Belt Vana or something.
I thought he was buying a belt through Nick, and he got it bought and was waiting on Nick to mail it. And the next
Maybe
day
that's
was
what it
July
was. Maybe
4th,
that's what it
and
was.
Nick was replying to him, "Hey, dude, I'm with family.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
he
with,
was mad
it'll get
because
mailed. I
Pat-
promise you."
Yeah.
he was mad.
It
because
wasn't.
Nick
He was
didn't
mad
send it
because
that
it wasn't
night.
mailed the next day.
Yeah.
No, he said,
But it's-
why isn't it mailed right now? 4th of July night.
Yeah. Well, you show me a post office that's open, and I mean, Nick
Yeah.
was very, very, very nice to the guy.
Very
He
nice.
was patient
Which
as
I
long as he
wouldn't have
could
been.
be.
I wouldn't have
Patient
the
as long as he
patience.
could be. Until
to take this abuse much longer.
so Nick, told him, "Hey, just chill, slow your roll." And the guy said, "I don't give a crap about your fireworks you're watching. I want my belt." So Nick said something about hold up there, Stone Cold, or something like that. And the guy copped an attitude, said, "Hey, just give me my money back." So Nick refunded him and then booted him out of his group. And then this douchebag, Mr. Milton, goes to another group to say he was kicked out of this one belt group. And so he's looking for somebody else to sell him this belt. And I found a picture. This is actually a picture of Mr. Milton. This is not a joke. This is a real picture from his Facebook page. I want to see if anybody sees the same thing I see. Does this look like Dave Milliken to you?
Oh yeah.
That's Matt Melton.
It does look like him.
So I mean, it reminded me of Dave Milliken, which makes it even funnier. For somebody to be so impatient to resemble Dave Milliken, who's keeping hundreds of people patient for like 10 years waiting on their belts, But anyway, I thought that was funny. That's actually Matt Melton. But don't be a douchebag. Let me go back to the banners here.
You're only
Let's go to
hurting. You're
let's
only
go to the
hurting
belt.
yourself and your reputation when you act out and you act the fool.
Oh yeah.
Stop being
That comment, Ben. Comment, Ben. Ben's last comment.
Okay.
And just like you were mentioning, Dave.
That one.
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna have my rant time, but remind me of that to go back into that Dave stuff that I want to talk about
Okay.
because there's some legs out there.
You're way too much fun with that bleep button. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what is DTA? He's referring to DTA in his messages to.
don't trust
Nick.
anybody.
Don't trust
Oh,
anyone.
okay. Oh, okay. I got you.
Then you shouldn't be in a hobby. Go buy your stuff at the store. If you can't trust anybody or do whatever,
Milliken stunt double.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
over a plate of donuts.
It's Milliken's doppelganger. Exactly. Yeah. So let's go back to your 101 checklist. First of all, do your due diligence. Okay.
When you're in any group, if you're going to buy something from somebody, post up on there's hundreds of groups out there, but post up a reference check. Find out who the person is. Click on their profile and see if they've got an actual profile. See if they've in any of the group that you're buying in. See if they regularly post, regularly sale. See how things have gone, and then go from that way. And then when you're buying from somebody, have reasonable expectations and be in communication with a person. Use PayPal goods and services unless they are your friend or family. That is it. Use
Or
goods
Guido.
and services that protects both of you. So when you are mailing it, this happened not too long ago. Don't take the person's money and then don't, when they ask you the next day, when are you going to sit? General question. I forget where this was. When are you going to sell it? When are you going to mail it? And you don't contact the person for 2 to 3 days. Yeah, somebody's going to blow up, and I'd be upset too if you're not answering me after taking my money. Just simple questions. Stay in communications. We all understand that. Hey, you have jobs. We have this. We have family things. But it literally takes 2 seconds to type out whatever you need to type out and send it. Hey, I got busy at work. I had a family issue. Blah blah blah. Stay in communication. If parties will stay in communication, everything will work out very, very easily, and nobody will have any problems. But if you do these simple things, those first steps to buying that belt will go a long, long way.
Or if you can't get your canoe out of the garage.
Yeah.
And if you don't have money to mail it, which was also the problem of this, waiting for PayPal to release money. I've never heard of PayPal holding $100 for you from you. That just I've not heard of that. But anyway, when have $20 stuck to the side if you're worried about PayPal holding your money, because you can't be responsible and be ready to sell it. Have a box ready, have whatever you have to get it ready. Go be responsible, but also on the other end, let these guys have a day or two to mail it. But just stay in communication with each other. That's it.
Just don't ship it in a towel.
Yeah. And don't just throw it in a box either.
The way Reggie always would mail his is he'd put bubble wrap on the bottom. He'd bubble wrap the belt. He'd lay it face down on that bubble wrap, and then he'd wrap the belt inward towards the like that. Then he'd have the bubble wrap between.
Yeah.
So I mail mine. I don't fold them. People don't want their belts folded, unless I guess they're these really, really cheap belts where they don't care. But I don't fold the belts. I don't think it's right to do. But that's how you should properly mail it. You'd want somebody to take care of it. And then the biggest thing when you mail these belts, please put fragile on the side of them. And if you also ask the person, hey, I'll pay extra to do this or to do that, to priority gets there quicker. It doesn't go through the same channels. Regular ground may be cheaper, but the United States Postal Service, if you use them, they're going to beat that box to living crap. But our family member that works at the United States Postal Service has told me if you put fragile on it and use priority mail, the fragiles do not go on the same conveyor belts, do not go through the same system. They hand pull those to go through little areas, and they're not tossed around. So
yes, they are, Robert.
And take care of it and box it properly.
And if you're a maker and you promise a customer an update within a certain time frame, be sure you follow through with that.
And to protect yourself and getting your money quicker, if PayPal does hold you, say, I've sold a $3,000 belt, and a few years ago PayPal wanted to hold it for some reason. But if you immediately upload that tracking number, and they already see that it's shipped and it's going, they'll go ahead and release that money. But always to protect yourself too, not just send them the tracking number and the receipt or whatever, but post it to the goods and services. There's an area there because it requires it. You post it on goods and services on PayPal. You can post that tracking number, and you'll be all good to go.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that, guys. Thanks. That's pretty cool.
I also recommend when you box up a belt, because I've had one instance where somebody tried to say there was nothing in the belt when it was obviously 7.5 pounds, and mailed it. When I tape the belt, I take my initials, and everywhere that box can be opened, I initial over top of the tape and onto the box. So if that tape is pulled off, it removes that whole mark. So initial your box if it's somebody you feel needs to have that happen. But I do it just regardless, in case anybody opens it. Somebody at the Postal Service, FedEx, nobody can ever pull that. Initial the top of the box over top the tape, and that way it protects you as well.
Well, speaking of shipping belts, guys, I don't know about you guys. I just shipped the belt to TJ Smith. I took a picture of the belt before wrapped, and then I took a picture of the box, each side of the box, and then the next day at the post office, and then the tracking number, the receipt.
Yep.
And
there's good guys, and praise the good guys. When you get a belt, new belt day, hey this, hey that, praise the guys that did it right. But I know I've traded and bought and sold a lot with Ethan. Ethan wraps his stuff, does his stuff right. There's a couple other guys that AJ wraps his stuff and does it good. Mark does his stuff very well like that. Richard does it too. Call out the guys that do it right, and don't blast the guys that don't do it. Just tell them, hey, next time do this. No need to start all over.
I was talking about makers following through with their promises. I had a maker, and I won't name the maker. I'm not going to shame him because I'm still waiting on this order. But when you promise to do an update within a month, and then that month passes by, and that customer hits you up and say, hey, where's my update you promised me? Oh, I'll give you the update after the holiday. Knowing the holiday was coming up. So let's don't use that as an excuse not to give an update. And don't give the same update you gave 4 or 5 months ago. So,
yeah, speaking on that, I mean, I've got an order. I'm going on 20. This is 23rd month
I'm
from
on my 18th
Classic
month.
Shields, and I'm done with them. If I don't have it by the 24th or an update, thankfully my credit union says they will get that money back. So,
And who was it? Put this comment up here, right here. Get references. If you don't know the person, get references. Use goods and services. And when I say references, don't be shy to go into a group and say, "Hey, does anybody know this guy? Have you ever done business with
yeah,
him? What's he
post it.
like?"
Type
You're
their
gonna get some.
name in that type their name in that Facebook group that you're in, and look at their
Yep,
past history. Look at their profile if you don't know who they are or nobody has heard of them.
absolutely.
Oh, I'm not gonna, nobody's heard of this person. So I'm not gonna. There's people out there that sell that nobody's, got a good, I've heard of. So just type in and see if they're somebody that's always posting and they got goods and services, and you'll be okay. Just relax. But click, just like, I'm the gatekeeper of our group, Wide World of Belts. When somebody joins, I look at their history, in the other groups. I look at their Facebook page, whether or not this is a fake profile, if this is an actual person using it, if they're actually in the hobby, or if they're part of the other groups, and just do a little bit of homework. It goes a long way.
Yep. There you go, Ben.
Okay, yeah, Ben brings up a good point. I'm sick and tired of seeing people say it's worth the wait. Well, yeah, I'm sure it's worth the wait for the people who've received their belts from that particular maker.
Mm.
But for us, they're still waiting for 18 to 23 months. I don't think it's worth the wait. I have yet to have anything to compare that's worth 18 to 23 months wait.
Yeah.
So,
Especially on yours, Mark, because you're not even getting the
Share it.
strap with it. You're just getting the plates.
yeah.
I mean, how long does it take, people? I mean,
Well, talking about Classic Shields, you've got Nawaz who's kicking tail and can get out a belt in 2 months, 2 to 3 months. The plates look, spectacular like CS. His leather has got a little bit to go, but you're telling me CS has moved into a new place and
Definitely, Nick.
supposedly had new people and knew
What's
this.
up, Nick?
And I've said this in many groups. I only think they just got into a new place to have more space and stacks. If you look at their updates, it's usually all about the leather or all about the plates. You don't see ones. I think the guy's doing all the plates at once, then he goes over and does all the painting at once, then he goes over. That's why it's taking so long. Stop
Yep.
posting pictures of your cars and make these dang belts.
And stop posting pictures of the same crumb rinds over and over again. Let's just crank out some other stuff. Nick Carnivale.
Hey, Nick.
We mentioned you earlier. You need to go back and watch.
If somebody makes a mistake and you have them, guys.
You can
this
you can
world is
lift the
so
belts,
divisive.
Johnny.
This world is so divisive. Just apologize and move on. If you did something wrong to somebody where you didn't communicate, or you didn't do this, that, and the other. Hold on, guys. Just apologize, forgive the person, and let's move on. Let's not,
Exactly. You couldn't have said it better.
just stop with the, let other people know about it. That's fine. But if they've apologized and they've done, just take down the post and let's move on and try again. Everybody makes mistakes.
Sorry, guys.
Let's try to make this hobby better than we found it, and things like that. I mean, this hobby is just like any others. I'm part of guns. I'm part of knives hobbies. They're all the same.
You know what I like though, guys? I like when, like Kevin mentioned it, when people post about their good dealings with people in the groups, new belt days. I like seeing the positive things that are going on in the belt hobby. I hate hearing the horror stories. I hate hearing the negative stuff. You know what I mean? And if we can just, like Kevin said, if we can have a conversation and get back.
I know in Nick's groups, I know in our groups, I know in Love These Wrestling Belts, post as much as you want, often as you want, show it off.
That's what groups are there for.
Many groups are there for. And I saw a post, and I can't remember the guy, or I'd blast him on here. Posted it at Belt Talk. Hey man, this is all supposed to be. When did this page get off about people showing off stuff? That's what you do in the hobbies. You show car collectors. They have car shows. Are you mad at that?
I got a belt. I'm not going to show it to you, but I got a great belt. So.
He was mad that people weren't. It shouldn't have been. It should have been all sales, is what it should be, and he didn't like posting up. So I typed in the guy's name. I didn't have to go back 3 weeks for finding posts where he's posting, where he's doing the same thing he's yelling at.
And then Dan agreed with the post. That's what killed me.
Well, that was kind of a joke because Dan goes, "I agree. You should just buy all the belts from me." That was kind of I think that he was just joking.
Yeah, Ralph is right there. Don't forget, PM me for price, bro.
Yeah.
But if anybody's looking at that post, there was a post on Belt Talk Buy Sell and Trade. The guy was complaining because people were showing off their belts when he did it just a couple weeks further, and I posted his screenshot of him showing off his belt.
Yep.
And I
agree,
want that.
man.
I like that. If you don't, then you don't have to participate. You don't like the group? Guess what?
Yeah.
Click, and then you're gone.
And one thing about me, when I sell a belt, if there's a flaw, I'll make a video and I'll point it out. You know what I mean? I'll get in close and I'll take detailed pictures of the plates and stuff.
Yeah,
and if there's any flaws, I point it out.
Discount, be honest about it. If it's got some damage on it, be honest about it. Post a price, because the ones that I don't see posting price, PM me for details or PM me for price, I think you're giving 2 or 3 prices out there. Be upfront, be honest, post a price.
Yeah, Nora, if you want to send me pictures, I'll put them up.
Oh yeah, man, we got to see them. Post them up.
But if I think we're still on the 101 or whatever, but if you'll do those basic things of asking questions, being, especially in wide world of belts, and I know Nick's groups and I know belts, mainly all these groups, nobody's going to ridicule you for asking questions about, even if it's somebody that just about everybody knows.
Absolutely.
I mean, reach out to the pillars of the group, like we talked about. Dustin King,
message the admins.
Ben Walker.
If you're shy, look on the belt groups, the admins, and message them.
And they'll give you their honest opinion. You know what I mean? Jeff Levine is another good guy. Reach out to them. Their names are in every one of these groups, and they've been in the hobby longer than we have.
Tony Thorpe.
What's his name?
Tony Thorpe.
Tony Thorpe's a good
Who's
one.
all the time? The Guide to the Belt Hobby. That's a good page to go in and look at. They've got a scammers list. It needs to be updated.
Definitely Chris and Nick, of course.
Who is it that run that page, Bill? He's been on y'all's show.
That's Dustin, isn't it?
Yeah, Dustin. Yeah,
Dustin King.
A really, really good guy.
Yeah.
So when you have a good transaction, don't just blast the bad ones. It's like when you go out to a restaurant. Everybody always talks about a bad meal they had, but they very rarely talk about a restaurant that they had a good meal from. So if you had a good transaction, put their name in it when you get a new belt day. Hey, this transaction went smooth. Recommend them.
Yep.
I also want to bring this up as part of the 101. There are a few self-proclaimed messiahs that come forward and claim to be the savior of the hobby. First of all, yeah, you took the word took the beep right out of my mouth. There is absolutely no such thing as a savior of the hobby. There's no one person that can single-handedly save the hobby,
or controls it, or runs it.
Exactly. It's a collective effort. I mean, all of us on the screen, all of you watching, everybody in the bell groups, we self-police the hobby. You're never going to be able to get rid of all the scammers. It's just not, or all the thieves. There's different categories. There's scammers. There's thieves. There's shady people, sketchy people. That's always going to be an element in any aspect of life that's going to exist. So for people like Giovanni Guido Tanako to say he's going to save the hobby, I only have one thing to say to that.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Exactly.
Father Suducci.
Save it from what though? I don't understand. Every hobby has its issues, but if people will continue, the good guys will continue to say the same things and keep preaching it, things can kind of fix itself. If you're mad or upset and out hearing somebody, don't run to Facebook and post something just to start drama. Give it a day for the person to respond. Give it the adequate time, and then take the necessary actions.
Yeah. Now,
you
have the groups like you're talking about the Wild World of Belts group, which is my group. You have Love Those Wrestling Belts. You have EBB, Ben's group. I remembered it. You have Joey Gray's group, and I'm sorry, Joey, I cannot remember the name of your group. Dang it.
Did you guys shout out and guys that are watching, shout out a good group.
Yeah.
And we'll put them up on the screen.
Nick,
Nick, I'm glad you brought this up because we talked about this earlier. The hobby is not dead. And if you believe anybody that says that, you're fooling yourself. And the reason I say that is because look at the amount of scamming and thieving going on. That does not thrive on a dead hobby.
That one group is where it's all coming from. I'm telling you, and get these people out of that group. What is that? Let me look up that group. Y'all keep going.
Bells and Belts is a podcast, but I'm sorry, Joey, if you're watching. I forgot the name of your group. There's so many out there. I can't keep up. Yeah, the other group. Yeah.
The other group, man.
I'll never
with the other
live that
guy.
down.
With the other guy.
I'll never live that down. Yeah, Bells and Belts is Bells and Belts is a podcast, but they got a group name. Yeah, ask around, Nick. I mean, I don't know everything about the hobby. There's a lot I don't know about the hobby, and there's no one
Definitely.
person knows everything about the hobby. You have people
Nope.
that have been around for a while. I've been around since about 2018, maybe 2015, I guess. I think.
Sounds about right.
I started 2001, so there's a lot of good people in this hobby.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of good things that come out of this hobby too. Like I met you guys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's not dead. It is tainted, but it's always going to be tainted. There's always going to be some aspect of the hobby that's going to be.
Every hobby is the same way.
Yeah, you got the
Every
hobby, coin collecting, gun collecting, car collecting. There's always going to be that element. You can't get rid of it.
There's always going to be snobs in every hobby. I mean, you got,
But
especially, I know if you guys collect knives. I mean, that's one of the cutthroat.
They'll stab you in the back, won't they?
Yeah.
Now you're showing your age there.
Yeah. We
So
collect wrestling's a good one.
But actually,
Get your
there's
buttermark.
absolutely no savior of the hobby. So if you hear that, just move on.
But guys, any hobby, like Mark said, any hobby where you can collect something and people can sell something, there's always scamming going on. That's no matter what you're into. If you collect stamps, there's scammers in the stamp collecting hobby, coins, you name it.
Yeah. If there's a possibility of making money off somebody else's misfortune, they're going to do it. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Happens on used to happen on Craigslist. Is Craigslist still a thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still there. Mm-hmm.
Okay. eBay, but you had PayPal protection there. But on that same note,
my
hobby.
recommendation is not to buy a belt off of some of these sites. eBay, you're usually protected because you use PayPal, but what are some of these other sites? What's that? Etsy. I wouldn't be buying a belt off of there. Go through where you're on Facebook, where you can get communication through somebody, get videos. If you still feel uncomfortable, ask them to post a picture with the date and the time on it. But do your due diligence, post about them, research about them.
I will mention one thing I noticed. I don't know if you guys noticed it. If you're getting a reference check on somebody and you're posting in the group, try not to find a picture of a guy with his kids. You know what I mean? And post it publicly. I mean, I know he's posting it publicly or he's got a picture there, but private message somebody with it if you don't want to post it in the group. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot can go a long way with just be careful and saying because somebody like the situation with somebody that mailed a belt because they were busy for a couple of days. I think it was on our group too. That person's not a scammer or not a bad person. They had a bad situation. They didn't communicate. They weren't getting the answer to the guy, and he felt like he wasn't getting it. All he had to do was stay in communication. If you stayed in communication, everything would be good. But just apologize to each other and move on. We don't need big long dramas or pages about it.
No, we know who Ralph's
but if
talking
you have a
about.
serious issue and you do get scammed, you don't get money back. Post that around. Let some of the admins know. Scammers of the Belt is out there. You can post it all on there. But do your due diligence and have your stuff right and your stuff. But a lot of things can be handled with a simple message. Getting a couple of admins involved in some groups and saying, "Hey, I need some help. I don't have this going on, that going on." But if you use PayPal goods and services, you're going to be protected. Don't do the dumb thing. Don't listen to the things of, "Hey, well, this isn't working. That isn't working." Or, "Hey, if you get it and the PayPal is not even their name or not even their last name or something's way off on it, Ask questions.
Hmm.
I mean,
Um,
nobody would. I would have no question, no problem answering any question anybody had about anything when I'm selling the belt. Person gets all upset about the questions, and that should raise a red flag to you.
Yeah, just like CJ, when we worked out the deal, I told him what day I would ship it out. Shipped it out. He actually
And
got it earlier than I thought he would.
and if you don't, simple 2-second message. Hey, I've run into some problems. I've run into some issues. But also, if you don't hear from somebody just because, give it a day or two to hear back from the person about, hey, you're supposed to have my belt back. You didn't. Give them until tomorrow to reply back to you. Don't wait, 2 hours and all of a sudden you're posting it on 9 different groups. Relax a little bit. Everything will get good. If you did the right things in the right way and you use the proper channels and you use PayPal goods and services, you're going to be protected.
Absolutely.
But do the right thing.
Also, this is in my opinion, one of the most important, should be one of the top 2 things. Budget yourself. I've seen a lot of people buy dozens of belts and then turn around a month or 2, something's come up, or they forgot they had a bill due or something like that, turn around and sell pretty much everything they just bought. Don't overextend yourself. I mean, if you see a belt, save up for it. If there's a payment plan, stick with the payment plan. There's no reason to buy 6 or 7 or 8 belts at a time. I mean, unless you're trying to turn them, that's
Make sure
it.
your bills are paid before you go
Yes.
buy. Don't go cutting off your electric bill or whatever to buy a belt.
This has happened many, many times.
What they call that? Cut your face off. Cut your
Happens all the
face off
time.
to
They buy a
spite.
$1,300 belt, and then they realize their wife found out about it, and then they got to sell it.
Rob Peter to pay Paul.
Take care of yourself. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you do not need to be buying a $1,300 belt. And there's nothing wrong with a $200 belt. There's nothing wrong with a $100 belt. There's nothing wrong with a cardboard belt.
Yeah.
But if you're responsible and you save up, you can get whatever you want.
Exactly.
Do it the right way. Ask for help.
I mean, there's plenty of.
There's been many times where I've sold a belt and I've taken payment plans, and somebody's taken 13 months to pay it off, and I let them because they really wanted to, but they loved paycheck to paycheck. So
well, that's a good thing about this hobby too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Thank you, CJ.
Yeah, I bought from Richard, and everything went good. I mean, he gave him a price he couldn't. It'd have been a ding dong if he turned it down.
Yeah,
but everybody,
And I bought from Kevin a flawless deal.
You bought from me? What did we?
The WCW 91-94 from the Waz.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
forgot about that.
I remember
my
that.
head's nothing there. I mean, I do a lot of business with Matt and Maddie overseas, and
but there's a lot of makers out there that do a payment
Herman.
plan too, which is good.
Yeah.
They'll
Just
let you
don't
pay
hit
it
them
off.
up that same night you pay and say, "Hey, I want my belt."
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But budget yourself. Don't put yourself in a financial bind over a belt. It's just metal and leather. There's no sense in going to poorhouse over it. So just if you see a belt you want, save up for it, do a payment plan, whatever. But don't just see that one. Oh, I need to have that one too. Oh, and that one too. Don't go window shopping. Just get your belt one belt at a time. But you don't have to budget.
Speaking of the budget thing, Mark, when we got in the hobby, John Barbarossa, when we wanted the WWE shop belts, he still has a good payment plan thing.
Yeah.
There's so many people out there that'll work with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have some trouble brewing here. Those guys know each other. Let's see, what was the next one here? Oh, I put this up. Oh, this one here. This term is way overused. I see the word scammer every day, at least 2 or 3 times a day in groups, and there are scammers out there. Now, the difference between a scam and a theft is a scam is a scheme that takes time. It happens over time. It's a repetitive thing. A thief will just steal your money.
Mark,
say,
reset
hey,
your camera. You're frozen. I can hear you, but you're frozen.
Okay, well, I'll have to deal with it.
There you go.
Sorry.
You go.
Yeah, it's going to happen. But I'm sick of hearing the word scammer. Just say what happened. They took your money, didn't send the belt, or they sent you a hammer, or they didn't.
Yeah,
and don't ship a belt before you get your money. Get your money
They
first
sent
and
you a
ship
map
your bill.
of the world.
I mean, I think people are using the scammer term a little too much. Usually in this hobby, scammer is someone that's done it, over a plot. But a scammer is, a cheat and a dishonest person who uses clever means to cheat out others. That's what your definition of a scammer is, and usually doing it one time is a thief that scammed you out of money. But I wouldn't label them as a scammer. I just label them as a thief. I mean, people like Dave Milliken is a scammer. Who was that other idiot in the hobby not too long ago? What was that dude's name?
Eddie
E-dub.
Williams.
Eddie Williams. That's a scammer.
Yeah.
There's a whole
Con man.
there's
Yeah, he was very good at it too.
but do I go into that Milliken thing or no?
Oh, you can.
Sure.
I'm sick and tired of seeing people defend him and defend him to the point of where you're going to get your belt. You're going to get, and usually these are people that know him. I'm sorry, but that's wrong to do. This guy has scammed people out of money. People say, well, he didn't go into the intent of that. He had problems with an etcher, a plater, or blah 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 blah. I don't care. He has those orders. It didn't have any problem. If he did then, he should have contacted those people and gave them their money back. He has no problem making belts for celebrities and people now. He makes them now. So why doesn't he fill those orders? He doesn't need
He's
to be
still taking
defended.
orders too, isn't he?
He's I don't know. I mean, his site's still up. I haven't, but the guy is scamming people out of money. He's stolen thousands and thousands of dollars. And people are at 10-year, 8, 7-year wait marks on their belts. I saw the other day somebody defended him and said, hey, it wasn't his fault and blah, blah, blah. You're the business person. It is your fault. You were the last line of defense. So if all your crap falls, all you had to do was go to your people and tell them that and give them their deposits back or all their money back or whatever. Or say, as soon as I get through, but he did none of that. He did absolutely none of that. And he kept these people's money. And he's still doing business today. That mess is a whole bunch of baloney anyway. But no problem today making belts for Jericho's cruises or his buddies or these wrestling factions that he does. I'm sorry. Stay far away from that person until they correct their 10 years of pain and stealing of people's money, hard-earned money that they trusted him with.
I mean, these aren't $300 belts. These are like $2,000 or $3,000 belts.
And there's some good guys defending him, and I don't get.
Yeah,
I guess it's
mean,
friendship, but you got to separate yourself, or you're going to be labeled that too.
I have friends that are scumbags too. I don't defend them. I just realize they're scumbags.
I don't have friends that are scumbags.
Present company excluded. Present company excluded.
I may be.
Sorry, I should have clarified earlier.
But I'm a dick. So
yeah.
But that goes into.
Hey, I may not shave from time to time, but I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we've got ones right now that are getting art from Reggie's guy and are making fake Reggies. They are cloning Reggie's stamps. They are making Reggie's stamp. Not too long ago, we had a person sell a fake Reggie, and somebody, big wig in the hobby, had to get involved in that and fix it. But there is somebody out there that is trying to do this. So verify everything you want to do. There's plenty of people in this hobby that have seen enough of his belts, that own enough of his belts, that know Reggie personally. Hit them up, check the pictures. But there's somebody there's a couple actively out there, trying to deceive and replicate Reggie's stamp to get his art, say they were made by Reggie and stuff. So please check your Reggies. Hopefully this will all get resolved soon.
Hopefully, yeah. That's a pretty scumbag move to do that. So
yeah, it's really, it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And I will help anybody that has had that happen to them. I will help you with your local prosecutor get charges brought up.
And we have concluded this right at the top of the second hour. I'll put that comment back up here in a minute. So let me do this first. Where'd it go? There it is. Nope. lost my second segment video. Okay, well, hell with it. Let's just go on.
Kevin, just hit the beeping
Before
button. Beep,
you
beep,
guys
beep,
move
beep,
on
beep,
to
beep.
your
Oh, here it
next
is. I
segment,
found it. Can't quit rearranging my videos. So.
let's before we do, let's each one of you guys give a shout out to somebody that you've had a great belt interaction with.
Go
Mark,
ahead, Richard.
anybody you want to? Okay, Richard.
A great belt dealing. I could name a number of them.
Just pick one.
Man, it's been a
You can
while.
name a couple. You can name a couple people that you've dealt
Jeff
with.
Levine. Jeff Levine.
There you
Great
go.
guy. Great guy. I bought belts off of him many times, and whenever I want to look at a belt, I'll ask him if he has it, and he's also another guy. He'll do payment plans. You know what I mean? He's always hooked me up. He's never done me wrong. Yeah, that's a guy that I will deal with for a long time.
Andy?
Andy.
Stephen Hammer.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
I bought the
Great
Ring of
guy.
Honor. I bought the
Prayers to
Cody.
him and his wife. His wife's having a hard time. I don't know if anybody
Yeah.
saw the post. She's having
Yeah, definitely.
blind
Prayers out to
issues,
him.
so we hope. Man, that was gut wrenching watching that video of her having
Yeah.
to get up
Yeah,
close
that
to
was
the
awful.
TV.
But
Ms.
Stephen's-
Hammer is in our thoughts and prayers. That's
Yeah, I may
that's
be
gotta
sick,
agonizing.
but there's somebody that's always, got a little
Steve-
harder, and he keeps
Stephen's
he keeps taking shots and taking them. So give a little prayer for him to get through it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he's just a first class guy. He was great with me when I bought the belt. He's just great to everybody otherwise also. So Stephen Hammer definitely.
Yeah, he's one of, if not the best guy in the hobby.
I agree.
Kevin's all right too.
Yeah, Kevin's okay.
All right.
You know, it depends what day.
I just wish every time I ask him for pictures of a belt, he sends me nudes. I'm tired of that. So.
Come on, Ted.
Well, your wife chimes in and says, "Don't do that. Send this."
Yeah.
Oh my.
There you go. Absolutely, Scott. Appreciate
Oh, man.
that. And send these guys messages every now and then. You don't have to have a discussion with them. Just send them a message. Hey, thinking of you. You don't know what that does to somebody, uplifting their day or makes them feel better. It does for
little
me.
bit goes-
When I get them from
little bit
you
goes a
guys,
long
and,
way.
Richard in our chat says good night and good morning to every one of us every
He
single
sure does.
day. It goes a long way.
Yep.
He's the
Well,
John boy.
like
of
I
our
said,
chat.
I said it in the group thing the other night.
Mark,
I
anybody
don't
that you've
consider you
done-
guys just my friends. I consider you guys my family,
Yeah.
And it's the camaraderie and the bond that we've created in this hobby we call belt collecting.
Can you come
Mark,
get your transmission out of my bathtub, please?
you,
It'll have to
Track,
stay
you
there
wanna
another
hear me
couple
that?
weeks.
Mark, what about you? Anybody you want to shout out that you've done some good
Well-
business with, or somebody that's good to work with, or
Oh gosh,
this
that's
is not
tough.
everybody, guys. This is
Yeah.
just
Well, see, I
somebody
haven't really bought many belts off of individuals. They've been many belt makers, but I've done a lot of business as a seller with the leather.
Yeah, good transactions that somebody didn't bug you as much, and they didn't hound you. They did.
Mark is always a good guy to
pleasant
deal
things.
with too, Mark. I didn't forget you.
Well, I've sold a couple of belts to Richard.
Yeah,
He's
well,
been good to deal with. Oh man, I wasn't expecting this question. Let me think.
all right. While you're asking, I can do mine then if you want to think.
Go ahead.
Colin Nugent's a great guy over at C4 Belts.
Oh yeah,
Love that guy. What they're doing is amazing. If you don't know it, go look at their stuff. Holy crap, what they're doing with they're actually using a belt smith, just like the original did, was made the crumb rind. So they're using a belt smith. Actually, it's not etched. All these people out there, CS and all, they're saying they're crumb rinds. No, they're not hand retched, hand done. But these are. He's a great guy. Ron Edwardson's done some stuff with him. He's a good guy. AJ Gitchen's a good leather guy that I've done stuff with. Mark Clerman, have done some business with him. One of my favorites to do business in this hobby with, and we've done many stuff together, is Ethan Thompson. He's one of the best guys in this hobby. Dear friend, stuff that I go through, he's always good. He always communicates with you. He's constantly busy with his work and his families, and he always, he's going to mail something out one day and say, "Hey, I got busy. I'm going to get it out." No problem, buddy. Does
Thank you, Russ.
exactly right. Ethan. So he's a good guy to work with. Those are some of the ones that I've had here recently. done some stuff with. But please start doing that. When you get a new belt day, say who you got it from and mention their name and shout them out so we can start.
Yeah,
Let
shout them
guys-
out. Let's see the positive belt transactions and stuff like that.
Even on Wide Wars belts, go up there now. You guys are doing it. I'll do it later. Hey, I've had good transactions in the last year with blah 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 blah. Mention their names. Get that
Doing on
thread
love those
going
wrestling
because
belts too.
that's the thread that
Yep.
somebody could come back out to, and they type that person's name before they were going to do a getting a reference check, and they already see it. There's these many people. Those things help. So, do those things. But there's a lot of guys and identifying belts and stuff that can help you with the old school guys if the belt's real or not. So message them.
I will say this: I'm currently doing a relay for Kevin, and so we really haven't conducted business yet. We're in the process of it, and he's been very incredibly patient with me because I've been so tied up with my other side jobs and vacations and things like that. So I'll be getting out to him pretty quick.
There's no reason to get upset about it, guys. Just do it. This is you got to understand these guys that are making except for a maker, these guys that are doing these re-leathers that they have and doing all this, they have lives. They have regular jobs. They have families. And everybody's families are going through some sickness. I've got sickness in my family with me and my mother. My aunt just died. People have issues, and so be contemplative to those issues and understand those issues, and just be patient. Patience, the Jedi says, be patient. Hi, Andrea.
Hey,
Why don't you
Andrea.
get your own over here?
I gotta get me a bleeper
And
button.
I've done business with Johnny. Johnny's mailed everything that I've ever bought from. I've got
Johnny,
stuff
yeah.
from Johnny.
Johnny mentioned I've done business with. Yes, he's
Roy
been a buyer.
Williams. Great to
Johnny's
deal with.
bought things off of me. He sent me stuff at no charge,
Roy Wilson.
unsolicited. And Johnny takes a lot of flack for a lot of different things. But you can say anything you want about him, but he is a class act when it comes to buying and selling. So
Yeah, he may be but he's a dumb. So all right.
I'll say something real quick about Gianni, guys. No matter what the kid's been through, he's always bounced back, and no matter what, I'll say it live on the air. I got your back, kid. You don't have to worry about that.
yeah, just not 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, just not 2, 3 in the morning.
He doesn't do that, not to me anyway. But, Ben Walker. Okay, Ben Walker. I have forgot Ben Walker. Ben Walker's. I bought some belts from him. Top notch, absolutely top notch.
Only when you can't remember his name. That's the only problem.
Well, I remembered his name. I forgot his group.
Oops.
But I bought so many belts and plates and things and I just lose track of everybody I've done business with. So.
All right.
Yeah, he
Now
does.
what?
He does. Okay. So, yeah, I know. I like to make you blush, Ben. Ben, if you want to join us in the second hour, you're more than welcome.
Hey, Ben, I got a question.
Just let me know.
You want one of these?
You want one of these?
I love that. I love
too.
that.
So, if you see something you like and you want it, you have the money for it, don't be afraid to speak up and just say,
Somebody take the damn money!
there you go.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Hey, yeah, send him the link, Andy.
I just did.
Okay, all right.
God, there's nothing wrong with that, man.
No, that's
We
what
did
the group's
Andy.
for. There's a guy, Alan Ace Martinez, that's been a very frequent poster in the Wide World of Bells group. Him, Curtis Thompson.
Thompson. Yeah, love you guys, man. You guys are awesome.
They keep the belt group very active, and I appreciate that.
And I get asked all the time, hey, am I posting too? No, you can post every minute if you want to. That's what a page is for. It's for
The only thing you want to be careful of, I don't know if this is true, is if you post the same thing in each group. I guess it's like repetitive posting or whatever they call it. What do they call it?
Well, it's I don't know what they call it, but if you post the same thing in the same group like 2 or 3 times, you are automatically booted from the group.
So you just got to change it up a little bit so you don't get booted. If you're not doing it intentionally,
I
yeah.
think they call it spamming.
No,
or
it should
something
be.
like
It should be named. Go back to that one real quick, Mark. He was asking.
This one.
Yeah, Eddie Williams is the one that stole thousands and thousands of dollars. He was one of the biggest.
Yeah, I heard $30,000.
Yeah, Milliken.
I heard from the belt makers and everything, over 100.
Very high.
Okay,
over 100.
Well, he didn't just scam people or customers; he scammed makers too. So
he scammed everybody.
Yeah. Now, I will say this.
Stephen Hammer stole thousands and thousands of dollars from makers.
Oh, not Stephen Hammer, Josh Hammer.
Did I say Stephen?
Yes, you did.
We know what you meant.
After all we said about it.
Dude, I have a brain injury, Stephen. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
That was great. That was great.
No, it's not, Mark.
That was funny.
I love that, Kevin.
I think Steve would appreciate the humor in that.
What's the dude's name then? Is it
Josh Hammer?
Josh Hammer. Yeah, you piece of.
Hammer.
Hey, he holds all the cards,
that holds all the cards, man.
Hold all the cards,
that
brother.
Dude was, he from belt makers told me, thousands of dollars in belts.
Yeah, him and Monica Lewinsky had something in common.
I heard
they both love cigars.
One maker did post said that he had shipped him over 30 belts and never paid for one of them. So.
Ooh.
Wow. I already have a Mark Maggard action figure. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I'll post it when you send it to me. Because I'd rather have it holding it in my hand. So. But yeah, Eddie was probably one of the worst.
He was the worst.
Yeah. Because he doubled down when he's called out on it.
Mm-hmm.
But he still managed to get that DoorDash.
Didn't he almost die or something?
That was the rumor.
Supposedly.
Yeah, he probably lied about all that. Too.
Yeah, probably lied about that too. Somebody had some fun with that picture too, Andy.
Oh Jesus.
Oh man.
Oh, I gotta tell you something when we get off the air. You'll laugh.
Okay.
I can remember it afterwards.
Richard, what were you mentioning before we went to that comment? You were talking at something that I wanted to touch on. Remember what it was? What you were talking
What
before we
was
got
it?
the comment, the biggest scammer. It was something.
Oh, just the bigger scammer. We were talking about EW and.
No, it was before that. Just before we got onto that question, you were saying something, and
I forgot.
interrupted. And
I forgot. No, it's just that, like you guys said, there's so much good stuff that happens. The transactions between people, like you said, if something's holding you up and you can't ship the belt the next day or the day after that, communication. Somebody even had it on one of the comments. Communication is key to every belt deal, whether you're trading or buying. Communication.
And I wish
is
Classic
top.
Fields would learn to communicate.
Yeah.
I mean, even when I first got into the hobby and I was buying a belt or selling a belt, I took pictures before I wrapped the belt, after I wrapped the belt, when the belt was in the box, how it was sealed up. Also, not everybody can do this, but when you ship a belt and it's up there in price, insurance, put some insurance on it, as well. And then
Insurance doesn't cost a whole lot more.
No, like you guys said.
Yes, it's not that much to do. Offer the person to. Let me croak first. Ask the person, do they want it? But usually, guys, what we've done in the past, guys that have sold some of those belts that are that expensive, I built it into the price, so you can do that just to protect yourself.
You guys will laugh.
If you get it takes $1.50 or $2 to add signature delivery to something that is expensive. And if I see an apartment, I usually will always do that. If you're worried about your belts, you can go down to the postmaker and ask them to hold all your packages, and you pick them up there. That's the way to do it. But build if you're selling a $3,000, $2,000 or a higher belt, add $30 in there for insurance. And just do it anyway. Just because if the person declines it, I'm telling you, you're gonna have you don't want to have two people. If something happened to that belt, both of you or one of you is going to have to take, the hit.
I've actually shipped 4 belts in memory foam. I packed them in bubble wrap and then wrapped them in memory foam so they wouldn't move around.
Oh yeah, yeah. Platinum, you'll get your belts. I don't know when, but you'll get them. He's a little slow to get.
Yeah, I just don't recommend ordering from them. I buy them secondhand. There's enough out there. It's just there's
I'd like to welcome to the show, Mr. Ben Walker.
What's
Good
up,
evening.
Championship
Ben
Championship
Walker?
Cup brothers.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Hi,
Glad to
Johnny.
have you on.
Big
How's
Ben.
it
What's
going,
up?
Kevin? How's it going, Andy? Richard? Mark? Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Doing good. Glad
Can
to
I
have
say
you, Ben.
something real quick?
Yeah, go
Of
ahead.
course you can.
I want
Yeah.
to say something, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys know I'm going through a personal issue right now. I'm here to say, and I'm probably going to step away from the hobby for a little bit. You guys understand I'm going through a very personal situation, and I thank you guys for the prayers you guys gave to me. It's going to be a hard road for me because I got to go through this again after going through this just a few years ago. So if you guys see me duck out for a little bit, if you guys, I don't want to make this about me, but I just want
Yeah.
people to know. If you guys see me duck out for a little bit, that's why. Basically, what it is my brother has cancer, and we're looking at losing him within the next 6 months or so. So again,
Sorry about that, man.
I like to thank you guys for offering your prayer and support for me. Um,
No
and
problem.
I just have to try to toughen up again. I just went through this, like I said, 3 years ago. So thank you guys for always offering us a entertaining show. You guys are a gift to the hobby, man. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate
You're
it.
a
Thank you,
gift too,
Scott.
Ben.
Yeah,
You're a
you
big
are
gift
too.
to the hobby.
You are
Thank
too,
You are
man.
too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We're just
compliment.
collectors. We're just
Right.
collectors.
That's
just like
what it is, man. We're all collectors, man. Nobody's better than no one else in this hobby, and we
Can
shouldn't.
you say your brother's name so we can pray for him specifically?
Well, we call him Blue. I don't want to say why. Well, I'll tell you guys why you call him Blue because he's the one that's been in prison the most. So, but he's been a good guy, the last 15 to 20 years. But he's in his mid-50s now, and discovered he had cancer, and it progressed pretty bad, pretty quickly. And so we're dealing with that. And I just got this call yesterday, so I just talked to him today, and he didn't sound good. So I'm humble. And thank you all that's offering the prayers and support. I see him coming up. I appreciate that, man. But we all a brotherhood here. So I like to support and offer prayer and support when someone else's family they're going through personal things. And I appreciate it if you guys just say a prayer for my brothers.
You
Sure.
got it, man. Your
Absolutely.
family. You definitely
We're
got
here
our
for you,
prayers.
buddy. We're here
Appreciate
for
it.
you.
Well, you're a man of faith, so keep that head in the
Just
Bible.
remember what
Pray.
you're going through, we go through together, man.
You're right. And
you got an army of prayer warriors here too.
There's a there's a lot of people that's the thing when we were just talking about earlier in this hobby that you don't know what people are going through. So
Right.
if somebody makes a mistake, apologize and move on, take the post down.
Right.
Unless
Yeah,
it's
and
something very, very serious. If you
I
have an
agree
issue,
with that.
fix it and go on. And if they fixed it, pull it down. Because
Remove your
everybody makes
post.
a mistake.
Right. Because you're doing more damage leaving it up there than just removing it. So yeah, I totally agree with that. And I always say, make sure you support what you have support to what you say, and just don't say anything and not be factual, not be, remotely true. It's just an opinion, not, facts. I value opinions, but there's a time and a place for them too.
Yeah. 95% of these things can be worked out if you will get maybe some other admins involved to find out, hey, have you heard from this person? Because I bought from them. Is something going on? Or wait for a day or two to respond before going ballistic on things.
Right. Don't wait a few hours after you put down a down payment or on a belt to freak out. Like what happened to Nick on 4th of July.
Understand holidays and weekends.
Right. We had another situation a couple weeks ago. Remember the guy bought a belt, the whole Armstrong, what's his name?
Joseph Armstrong.
Joseph Armstrong. The guy went into full on blast mode after 2 days, 3 days. Now I understand he did say he was gonna get it mailed out, but sometimes it happens. And Joseph should have been right, exactly. Joseph should have been more proactive too, and stayed in communication with this guy and say, "Hey, look, I had a work late or something like that, and I didn't get to the post office. That's fine."
Oh, is that the one that I saw that? Yeah, just a couple of days ago, where the guy had bought a belt. I think it was like $100 belt. He knocked it off for him too, and
Right. Yeah.
was that the
Yeah. So,
situation?
and then we also have those three sides of a story. I always tell people there's three sides of the story: there's his side, that side, and the truth. And the truth sits in the middle.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to always stray their side from the truth. That's probably what happened with the Joseph Armstrong situation, and that happened with we had another situation.
But he
What
did
was it?
he apologized, I think, and got it mailed out, didn't he?
I believe so. I mean, I
Yeah,
saw
I
him
think he got it.
posting.
Yeah, he did get it
Yeah.
straightened out.
There you go. Pull it down, move it on, and kind of be done with it. But
Another thing I wanted
we
to bring
can't.
up while Ben's on here,
You can't.
the makers too. When we have our holidays and they have their holidays, we got to wait for them. So if we're on our holidays, we should get the same respect.
Right. And
Yes.
Yeah.
that's
See,
how.
here's Ethan who just went through something,
Thank you,
lost his
Ethan.
dad
Yeah.
from cancer, and I know, people. He was going through that. Maybe I shouldn't, but he was going through that for 2 years.
Right.
We're dealing with his dad and stuff. That's hard on people. So
Right.
give them a chance to fix things, or give a day or two before
Mhm.
you hear back.
Yeah.
But also with the Joseph situation, is not a bad guy. So just made a mistake and move on. But don't make
Yeah.
excuses for not communicating or saying, "Hey, I give a discount." Now, that doesn't mean you can't not communicate with
Right.
somebody. Just
If you guys,
learn from it and move on. But we're all going through things. I'm going through something. Richard is, Andy is, Mark is. We all are. And just be kind to one another and apologize and work things out better than we're doing.
right. I always say leave it better than you found it. And
Yep.
and when
Better.
I say it, there's a message there. I always say you pick something up, you clean it off, and you put it back where you found it, right?
Yep.
But it was better. It was in better shape, better condition. Let's do that with the hobby too. Like, let's help pick each other up and not throw each other down. We have too much of that. We have too much of people that trolling. We have too many people that want to insult and disrespect people. It's not that's not how it should work. And that's not just hobby, that's life. And we all need to understand that. We got to have a better understanding. And I try to be a little bit more open with people and be more receptive to, as I getting older. I'm getting older and I'm getting softer. I know I am, and we all do.
We
And
all are, man. We all
right,
are. It's
right,
not just you.
There's a
right,
generation that now we're getting into that if kids have been raised to these 21, 22 years old, 24-year-olds are just popping off mad at everything because that's all they see on the news.
right.
Everything's
I have a
politicized,
23 year
everything's
old like
angry,
that.
everything's
Yeah,
hateful, everything's mean, everything's this, and they don't know how to act.
right.
But when you're doing a belt transaction, just go through your T's and, hey, do you want this? If you see somebody's anxious about getting it, hey, do you want to pay for overnight shipping? All right, then I'll ask that and offer it. Hey, do you want to chip
Right,
in? If it's like we talked about with the insurance, if you should be billing that in the price if it's over a $2,000 belt. But if it's under it, ask the person, do you want insurance? But you should always, always do this.
right,
Use priority if you're not using FedEx or UPS, and if you've got to put fragile on there, they handle it differently. And
You
put
can buy the
signature
stickers. You
delivery.
can use. You can get the tape too online.
I write it with a marker on the side of the box, four sides of the box.
Yep.
Yep,
Look,
there you
Ben's
go.
got the stickers right there.
It's
Zoom in
handled
on Ben.
completely different. They do not put them on the belts and conveyors.
Yeah, you can
Even
purchase
if you do
those.
that, then you got to watch out for the butterfingers like me. I just got a belt day before yesterday, and I was cleaning it and dropped it and broke the bar. So
Oh,
you guys got to
wow.
help me get it back on. I tried to JB weld it, but it didn't work. So I don't know what to use.
that right there. That's a,
Yep.
that's another problem we have. We have people entering this hobby, no matter if they say they've been here for 20 years.
Thank you, Nick.
Right there, Nick. That is a good statement. if you're new, try. If I'm new to something, I'm the type that I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna try to learn before I try to jump out there and try to make assumptions. That situation with Nick, I almost guarantee that guy was brand new, just because of how the interchange went with him and Nick.
I suspect a little mental health issue too. Just
it looks like it. It looks
But I
like
gotta
it.
give Nick his props. He handled it like a gentleman.
Great composure.
Definitely.
He
Great
did.
composure.
Absolutely. I
Great
wouldn't have been that
composure.
patient. I wouldn't
Yep.
have been that patient. I'd been like,
Right,
dude, are you really
right,
serious?
right.
July
Chicago.
freaking 4th. What do you want me to do? Break in and mail it to you?
Chicago Ben would have came out.
I tell you.
Right. It wouldn't have been no sense for me with them beats with the cussing. Now you'd have seen me calling me everything from A to Z. If he would have called me.
That was so pathetic. It was comical. I mean,
Right.
it really was.
Right. And Nick
I thought it was a joke.
Nick right. It didn't look real on the exchange from him, but you can see Nick Nick handled it.
Next year, Nick. Next year, you got a year to wait. So
But
like
yeah,
that.
big shout out to Nick, man. And Nick has always been one of the most
Post that video.
the most class guys in the hobby, man. Always,
love that.
man. The
love
moment
that.
I met Nick, the way I met Nick was he won a free raffle in CBB, and we've hit it off ever since. I've always had great communication with Nick. Man.
Another
you and I
great thing
met,
of the
Ben.
hobby. Yeah.
That's how you and I met, Ben. I want a giveaway belt in your
Right, Mark. What? Anybody else want a free belt? Andy, Richard, Kevin, you want a free belt? I already gave Nick.
I came across Ben in CBB. I was looking for the belt to buy. Mark got the belt. I said, "Where did you get it from?" He said, "I went through Ben Walker. Messaged Ben. I got the belt."
Yeah, and everybody. I just have a hard edge. I have that hard edge look, but I'm really. I thought I was pretty cool. Pretty decent guy. Real handsome.
In our
gray
chats,
hair.
he wears boxer shorts with red hearts on them. So.
Yeah, I sure do. I sure do. And they even got the little kissy lips on them from Mr.
There you go,
Ass.
Those are actual.
You want one of these?
You want one of these?
Had to do it. Sorry.
Shout out to Gary.
Right.
Yeah, I hope he's not charging me a commission for each time I play that.
And please don't anybody. Please this week. Let's keep it calm and don't hit the Sutton button, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great guys in the hobby, man, and we all come together. There's 4 of them in here right now with me. Great, assets of the hobby. We all like to want to give into the hobby and share with the hobby, and that's always been a great thing. And I appreciate you guys for that, man. I tell you guys thank you all the time, and I'm not going to stop.
Oh yeah, definitely. Same here.
And it's the same with the Nick Carnivals and the Gianni Martellos and the Tyler Doves and then that asshole Jermaine Floyd,
Tony Thorpe,
James
Stephen
Davis,
Hammer,
Tony Thorpe, Stephen Hammer, Jason Davis. I can go all day, man, and just say names of people that I've met over. I've been in the hobby. I'll say my whole life, but I've been collecting for the last 20 years of replica belts. But I've met so many people, especially within the last 5 to 6 years, that have helped me personally. Because when I got into the belt hobby with the belt groups and everything, and I started with Fandu belts and the Asylum and a few other groups, I was in a bad state of mind at that time, and this helped me overcome that. I personally was going through a divorce. I had separation from my family for a bit, and it helped me to see people with the same interests as me and be around a bunch of normal people. So, it's just like I said, I always like to thank you guys, because you guys kind of you all had a part within me to help me through what I was going through.
Yep, that comment right there was good.
Yep.
That's the thing about us guys. We just get together and we just talk. You know what I mean? we're not trying to be better than anybody. We're not putting ourselves on a pedestal above anybody. We're just being us,
This
natural, and just being us.
it's people's escapes. This is one of my escapes to get away from the world. I mean, it's a
Right.
hobby. It's not.
That's
It's not
mine
my.
too,
It's
yeah.
not my life. It's not my 24/7 thing. You know, it's a hobby.
That's what it is. It's a hobby,
So,
man. And I heard Mark say earlier, is, some people use it as a business, or opening a business. Um, let's be frank. A lot of these makers couldn't tell you what NWA stood for.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
they use it as a business, and
And I didn't mean
get
that as a negative. There's nothing wrong with making money on the hobby. Absolutely
right.
nothing.
There's not. I make a little bit. I'm not getting rich.
Same here.
And besides the fact that somebody claimed to me that I was being rich and I sell crappy boots.
I still feel bad about that. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
And
We'll
I
get that out
remember
later.
that Rolex you had too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, keep it positive. That is it right there.
treat the person just like you want to be treated, even when you're
Right.
mailing the belt. Some of these guys, I see some of these horror stories of people opening up. I see it, not even hearing it, but they're opening up the belt. I'm like, man, there was no wrapping paper in there. They squash that thing and folding it up. Get the proper box. I mean, it's not too hard to get a 14 by 14 by 14 box. And like I said, the recommendation: wrap it in bubble wrap, put some on
There
the
you go.
ground, lay it face down, fold the belt. Don't fold it, roll it into itself, or you can send they're standing up here. You can put them face down like that in there and roll the paper. But do it right.
I don't
it
mean to
in there.
plug anybody, but if you
Yeah.
need real good boxes and you want to ship it like Kevin's talking about, Home Depot's got good boxes.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's $3 or $4 for those boxes. I mean, you can get them anywhere, but 14 by 14 by 14 will fit anything that you want. Mail it properly. Don't fold it and squish it up, getting it into some box. I mean, somebody might doesn't want that, and you'll have less of an issue if you pack it up properly, tape it right, put your initials over top of the tape, so they open it, they break that seal that you have, and you can always tell that. Take pictures of it, send it to the person. And like we said, either build into some insurance for it, build it into the price. If it's over, if it's an expensive belt, I'll let you define what you say is expensive. And then for $2, add signature delivery if you see it's department. Do things that you want other people to do, and it goes a long way. And then other people will start to do it. And then by the time you turn around, you got a lot of positive things happening, and less of people complaining about stuff.
There you go. Well
Right.
said.
And be honest of what you're selling. If you're selling a belt that's had
Chris?
issues, has dents,
What's up,
or
Chris?
Right.
I've seen some classic shields out there being sold, and they're classic shields, scratch and dent ones, and they're not being told of that. You need to be honest about that and be forthright. So there
It's like
won't
I
be
said
any
it
issues.
earlier. Take
Somebody's
a video
going out.
and
Somebody's going out around there doing that, selling
Yeah.
CS belts. That's
and
flawed.
point out the flaws in the belts. Be honest.
Yeah, if it's an older belt, say it. If it's the leather, say it.
Mhm.
But you'll still get what what you're looking for the belt. To be honest, but it takes one instant for you to ruin your reputation, and then you're done.
Definitely. Definitely. Well said, man.
But yeah, the bottom line is just keep it positive. It's a hobby. If you take it seriously enough where you're so angry you want to go blast somebody in the groups, go find something else to do. Because we just don't need it in the groups. Now, I come on the show sometimes and I call out people, but I try to do it in a comical manner, even though I'm angry. Like Mr. Kevin Rose, for example. He attacked me. Yeah, thank you. He attacked me, so I went
Don't
after
get
him.
me started. Don't get
but-
me started on him.
But we made a joke out of him. I mean, if from what I understand, he's kind of resurfaced, hadn't he been? Still searching his storage shed for the paperwork.
He even rebuilt his website now and put that
GoDaddy.
on there.
That
Go,
paperwork-
Daddy.
Go Daddy. Go Daddy.
That paperwork was up his.
Go,
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Same with the gerbil.
Well, I mean, yeah, same place as a gerbil. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Just don't be that guy. Just do what you would want somebody to do to you. It pays off dividend. If you do that in life, you'll go a lot farther.
Go a
And like I
long
said,
way, man.
Make a
Go a
mistake.
long way.
If you had an instance like this, was it the Joseph guy? If you have an instance like that, and somebody made a post on it, apologize right there on the post, and nobody can really say anything because you've apologized and you've made it right. And then
And
just
you
ask the person,
admitted it. You admitted it
yeah,
right then and there.
because if not, if you hide from it, then it's going to be 4 or 5 page links of going back and forth. Just, I'm sorry, you're right. I should have taken the 10 seconds and said something. This is what I had going on. So I'm sorry. I'll get it out to you tomorrow. That person has no right to, and no admin will not, remove that post when they
Well,
see something like that.
another thing is you reach out to the guy first. If you don't get a response, then post it.
Yeah.
But give the guy at least the time to defend himself.
We have a
Give it
problem
a
with
day or
people
two
doing
before
that.
you go
Right.
nuclear on something. Ask an admin. Ask somebody that he knows on his friend list for help. Hey, have you heard from your buddy? Blah blah blah. Go do a little, something.
Like you said,
People
go
have,
to the Facebook pages. See,
people have issues.
see the
So
experiences
give
and
them
stuff
time.
like that.
Stop,
and
overreacting.
and I want to say this. There is absolutely no shame in admitting when you made a mistake.
Right.
Nope.
There's more shame in doubling down on the mistake.
Right.
People let pride get their way, and they look more and more like a jackass than if they just come forward and just come with their hat in their hand and say,
Don't
"Hey,
get in there and say, "Well, I lowered the belt from you." Well, that was your choice, but that doesn't give you the right to not respond to the person
yeah,
or mail it a week later. That's it's not how things work.
Correct.
You choose to give a discount. That's on you.
Yep.
The person didn't buy this or didn't buy that or didn't buy the insurance. Don't blame them. But like I say, if you'll do the right things, because there can be situations to where you mail something, something happens to it, or something issues, or the problem, left and right. So do the right things and protect yourself when it's a very expensive belt.
Right.
But the
Gianni
worst,
owe
but
Kevin Rhodes royalty for that."
don't blame the other person if, let's say, UPS messed it up or FedEx, or don't blame that. It wasn't the person's fault that they ripped it open and kicked it across the floor like idiots.
Yeah, it happens.
You should have bought insurance. You should have told the person, "Hey, let me insure that. Let me do this. Let me do that." It's not their fault. They put it in there. They put it in a box just like you wanted. You got the money, so you can't hold them responsible. So you got to protect your investments. You buy a house, you buy insurance. You buy a car, you buy insurance. Your mortgage, your renter's insurance. So do the right things, do these steps, and I promise you, you use PayPal goods and services, you do these little steps, it makes this hobby go a lot easier.
Yep.
I want to show an update real quick. I got this almost done. This is the Premier Dome globe that I had that I got a good deal on, and I was going to re-leather it. Let me go full screen here. It's not done. It still lacks the lacing, but here's the update on it. Let me
Mark,
get the microphone out of the way.
Huh? You're praying again.
Okay.
You're frozen.
There you go.
Okay. Here's the backing.
Mark, is that your favorite belt to do out of all the belts you've done?
Yeah.
No, mine is.
So that's the update. It's on leather. It just needs the female snaps and the lacing, which I put on hold to finish Kevin's belt. So, and I think I already have a buyer for it. So.
Oh wow, cool.
Can I say one other thing I want to talk about? We talking about hobby 101, right?
Yeah.
Let's stop going to other groups, bringing issues from one group to another.
Yes.
If you get removed from a group, you got removed from a group. No admin owes you any explanation of why they removed you from a group. It's a private group.
That's right.
We don't have to tell you why. We can, as a courtesy, tell you why, but we don't have to tell you why you got removed from a group. But don't go to another group and say, "Oh, well, I got kicked from CBB because da 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 da," and going and starting drama in another group over something that you got kicked from one group, and you're gonna take it to another. It happened to us a few times in the last couple of weeks, and then it just happened with that guy with Nick and Big Boy Belts, doing that there, and he took it over to Brothers of the Belt to try to blame, trying to play the blame game and everything, and it kind of worked up against him, and he got grilled for it.
And most of the time, a lot of the guys are in the same groups. I mean, I'm in CBB, I'm in Levels Wrestling Belts. I mean, most of the guys are in all these groups. They're going to see what happened in the other group. So if you're going in there looking for sympathy in another group, chances are you're not going to get it because they know you were a douchebag in the other group. So.
Just apologize. Just say you're sorry. I flew off the handle. I was angry, and things.
And then move on. That's it.
But there's always going to be douchebags in the hobby.
Is that Matanza? He's a good guy to buy and deal with too. There's guys over at PTM, all of them. Vinny, Ethan, Mike, they're all good guys to deal with and buy and sell.
And I'm not saying any of us are immune from being douchebags ourselves.
Joey doesn't like
we're going to have our moments.
You
push the right buttons, you're going to get the douchebag in every one of us.
Yep.
He likes the bushwhackers.
Right.
The thing about the PayPal, goods and services is very, very cheap. The
3%.
price people charging.
It's 3%, right?
Yeah, it's very, very cheap for a couple dollars to be protected.
And I always give my buyers that option. I always give them that option. I'm like, you can use goods and services if you want to, but you're gonna pay that 3%.
Yeah.
Pay the 3% because you never know if something happens in shipping or something like that. We take care of it, right?
Yep.
The insurance, we take care of it.
Like I said, signature delivery. Do what you need to do. If you see it's apartment, do all the things to protect yourself because if something happens, you're still going to be involved some way or the other, and you just don't want it to be bad. So offer these things to that person.
You wish.
Joey's got a new CS he's selling for $500. Hit him up. Hit him up.
What is it? Which belt?
I think it's either a classic or he's got a new I think it's the Big Eagle. $500.
Okay.
Hit him up, guys. Message him. Big Eagle. $500. Classic shields.
I was remiss in at the top of the second hour to remind everybody the show is sponsored by Mark Leather Championship at Leathering and by Unique Spirit Championship Belts. Meant to do at the top of the hour. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, you could thank the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast for their partnership and collaboration with the subscription for StreamYard because it makes it very affordable for everybody.
Thank you, guys.
We want to thank Landon and Jake. We just renewed, by the way, just this week. So,
yeah, buddy.
We appreciate those guys and appreciate these guys here for helping chip in on it. So,
no problem, man. Mark, I got one thing to say, and it'll be the last time I say it.
Okay.
Thank God.
I was made fun of when I was a kid and stuff like that. So no matter what somebody says about me, it's not going to bother me. So it just motivates me to do what I do every Thursday night and just keep doing it and doing it the way I know how to do it the best. So
I've heard it said many times, and I kind of started using this myself, is unless they're paying your bills, they have no right to talk about what you do.
Don't bring families involved in it either, or wives or mess when you play.
Like I said, it just doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Did it bother when you were in prison?
Only my cellmate.
Bothered him when he dropped the soap.
Only my cellmate. I had to buy a stock in Marlboro, so and then razors, stuff like that.
Was Mark your prison guard?
No, Mark was actually the warden, the real warden of the prison. Yeah. He was security. He was top security.
Yeah, he was.
Nor's about to become not another father, but a father for the.
Oh wow!
The other father. Yeah, the other father. Yeah.
Congratulations,
Nor. Congratulations, man.
You need.
I think it's the hot tub, right, Nor?
Yeah.
When that baby's born, send me a picture, or we'll put on the show if you'll let us do that. But you have to be in the picture holding the baby. So.
I still see a picture of Nor sitting in the hot tub like Scarface, with his hands up.
Yeah. Say hello to my little friend.
Literally.
Twice. So it gave him the situation to be with. So,
Ba-dum-bum.
yeah. But okay, so we are 15 minutes from the show. You want to talk about wrestling tonight?
Yeah. Let's talk about wrestling real
Okay, we
quick.
got 15 minutes. Let's do the hot round.
Let's talk about Collision, guys. Let's talk about Collision. It's been brought up in other groups, and I seen it today. They're now considering it like Rampage.
Okay.
Because they're dropping the ball with it. They had so much momentum, and now it's fizzling down now.
I think because maybe a lot of people know that the focus of that show is CM Punk, and a lot of people do not like CM Punk after what he pulled.
Me being one of them.
I honestly do not watch the show because of him. I watch it because it's something newer.
Yeah. It's nice to have live wrestling on Saturday night. For me, it works great.
And like we've said it, me and Andy, they don't need Rampage. Get rid of Rampage and concentrate on Collision and Dynamite. That's it.
I agree. Yes.
I think they're stuck with Rampage for the time being.
Yeah.
Because they probably have some type of TV contract or something like that.
I mean, honestly, when was the last time we had a Saturday show? When was the last time?
Since the 605 days.
WCW Saturday night in the 605.
Yep. World Championship Wrestling on TBS. Yep.
That's why I was excited for it.
Me too. Me too.
I mean, they picked the perfect song. I gotta admit, it's the perfect song for the beginning of it. You know, the entrance. It doesn't have to be around the one wrestler. I want to see the other talents that we haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Maybe some of the talents we have seen. I mean, I heard also Malachi Black wants to be on there. In the House of Black. What do you guys think about Eddie Kingston winning the belt? That's another thing I wanted to bring up.
What do you think about that, Ben?
I'm not his biggest fan.
I'm not a huge fan, but I was actually I felt good for the guy for once.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He
was a street kid just like me.
I was
You know what I mean? And seeing a kid, kid growing up in the neighborhoods that he grew up, and seeing actually him on the, actually holding a title, I was like, wow. And the emotion that poured out of him, you can tell it wasn't scripted; it was real.
Okay.
Because he was stunned.
I mean, that's a good progression for him, but as a New Japan champion, I don't know. I'm not sold on it. That's just my opinion.
How long do you think he will hold the belt, man?
Probably 45 to 60 days. I don't
it's
see
like
a
you
very
said,
long reign.
He might not be the best. He'll hold the belt for a little bit. At least he had it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, he can add it to his resume. Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought it was pretty cool seeing that.
They killed Sting. No, Sting almost killed Sting.
Yes.
When he was about to chew that table.
Yep.
Calm down, Mr. 64-year-old man. You're not Surfer Sting anymore. Even though
he was having a Jeff Hardy moment.
You're right, and went face first into that table, mouth first in that table.
Oh, speaking of tables, did you guys see Logan Paul didn't tuck?
No, yeah.
He didn't tuck his head.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That looked like that hurt pretty bad.
That could have been tragic.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, the last time we seen somebody like that was what? It was Draws, right?
Yeah. That's another thing.
We lost Draws this week.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Lost Draws.
Okay, I will go to this comment for a second. Just a second. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Does anybody remember this this live about the bathroom? Anybody remember this?
Oh, yes. How can you not?
Look, that's a shower.
It's my shower. You see my shower? I got a shower. It's my shower.
It's a shower.
I did it on vacation.
My shower?
I did. We were talking about it in our chat. So I was showing you guys a shower in the cabin. I wouldn't call it a cabin. I call it like a mini condo. It's a real wide open shower with 2 open ends, and I had to do that. And I'm glad Nora put that comment up there because I forgot to download that video. Let me do it one
Mark,
more
I
time.
gotta say that was a hell of a place, man.
It was. It was.
Look, that's a shower.
That's a nice shower.
Look,
nice
it's the
shower.
neighbor. I don't know how he got in here.
Man, that's bigger than some people's houses.
Yeah. So anyway, I had to throw that in there. I'll show pictures of our vacation next week, maybe if everybody wants to see them.
Definitely, Nick. Definitely.
I agree, Nick.
It does, because it doesn't, because there's no wrestling. It's just a glorified stunt show, in my opinion. You got guys cutting themselves. You got guys.
Amen
It's
to
just
that.
gymnastics. It's acrobatics. It's ridiculous.
And you know what, guys? I still haven't watched any MLW yet.
And you just talking about the Young Bucks.
Yep.
And Kenny Omega, the Elite.
Yep. I think it's an awesome time to be a wrestling fan because, like we said, you have so much we can go back and look at, and then you have a lot of the current stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's good about the wrestling hobby.
He's not leaving AEW. I mean, he's had a relationship with New Japan for years now.
Yeah. I mean, most of half that roster has a relationship with
Yeah.
New Japan.
Mhm.
So, it's
Yeah.
just
Yes, he did get off Lucky Nick.
it's part of that, that whole exchange. And of course we have the Forbidden Door and all that other, Wrestle Kingdom. They'll wrestle on Wrestle Kingdom and always had that agreement with them.
Yeah, when you're,
So
you're
any-
64 years old, you need to retire from the ring. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any new belts coming up? I know I have one coming soon.
I've still
I
got
just
mine in the
got one
boxes to be
yesterday.
on. Put on leather.
Can I tell you?
I just ordered a big green. Thanks, Andy.
Oh,
Glad
I
to
got
help.
my winged eagle.
That's my next one, Kev.
Would y'all want to see it?
Yeah, you got it.
Sure. You got it handy?
No, you can't be mad at me that I broke it though.
All
right, hold on.
Well, you might have bought it from Hogan. When Mr. Perfect took it.
He looked pretty bad, didn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely. Honestly,
Bill.
what match has Moxie not bled in? Oh,
We've
what
had a
did you
good-
guys think of the painting of I'm gonna call him Take a Shitta, and what's his name? They did that painting where they were shooting the bow and arrows.
Well, I don't know. I'd see
Did
it.
you guys see that? Andy, did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was on the other night, Dynamite. They had a painting. It was the backdrop when he came out to the ring.
I
Don
missed
Callis. Yeah.
Good way in the show with him.
This was a classic Shields, dual-plated winged eagle for my main man Ethan. I was cleaning it, and you'll see what I did right over here, the bar. I had laid it on the bed like this, flat down, and I turned around, and because she was so new and slick from cleaning, she slid right off and went right down on her side and broke off the bar.
JB
Well,
Wells.
I tried the JB Well putty and it didn't hold. So has anybody else got any recommendations to get that on there to stay?
Was it welded on? Was it screwed on?
No, it was. They were welded on. See where it broke at? They were
What
welded.
you could do, well, you have to take off the strap. You have to take the back off. I was about to say you could drill holes for the back and screw it back on. But
what? Oh,
So-
weld it back. Yeah.
yeah,
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. For,
well, I was going to say screws, but you'd have to drill the back. You can't
but anyway,
access the back.
look at the etching there. The depth. Beautiful, beautiful belt. I'm really appreciative. Thank you, Ethan Thompson. Good guy. Mailed it right out. Got to me perfectly. Packaged well.
If there are any makers or guys that can do metal work, that can reach out to Kevin, telling him how to fix that, that'd be greatly appreciated.
It's one of their older ones, but it's beautifully done. I mean,
that's one of my favorites, man. I've always loved that belt. How big are those plates, Kevin? The measurements, do you know offhand?
I believe they're supposed to be. I think the winged eagle is what 10, 9 or 10.
Is it bigger than the shops? Because the shops is small.
Yes. It's definitely.
Okay, because the shops looks like a woman's belt.
And JB welded again. Now, do I use the putty kind of JB weld, or do I learn? Do I use? Hold on, let me show you something real quick. So I bought 3 different kinds. After that JB weld didn't work, I went back, and this is the second one, but they said this was a little bit stronger of one. So there's this kind, and it says for metal. There's this kind, and then somebody said, well, if you want it a little bit clearer, the guy said he had a metal piece in his car break off. He said to try the Gorilla epoxy, which dries clear, and it's got a 3,000 psi.
I use that.
What's up, Jason?
Hey,
fix,
Jason.
To fix broken posts. And what I do is I get those clamps and then put a towel in there and clamp it down.
Platinum. This the one, the JB or the?
He said that's the one, Kev. He said the black and white one. He said that was the one.
Okay. I use the Gorilla one. That one works pretty good.
Well, I'll use both of them.
There you go.
I agree with scuffing up the area because you get to the bare metal, it'll hear better.
Well, I did it. I haven't told Ethan I've done it, so I guess he's watching the show now.
He was.
I broke your belt. But anyway, the leather in this is the older one when they had their thinner leather. So look how well this has. I mean, this is what ring use gets to.
Do the wings stick out past the leather, or is it cut around it?
Yeah, they stick out. See it?
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. That's how the original did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the shops one is cut.
Tack weld it
around it.
Yeah, that may be a good idea.
A small torch, because you don't want to take the plating off. You got to be careful with that.
They could lay something. Yeah. Well, I can always I'm not going to get rid of the belt. I mean, if somebody do, I can take some paint. What do you call the paint that they use for belts?
Oh, tester's paint.
Yeah, you can take that tester's high gloss and you can touch up little gold areas here and there. I've done
you
that
could.
before.
Yeah, you might be able to access that from behind and maybe drill a small hole through the bar.
Yeah, you might be able to lay that down and get to it.
Yeah.
But back to the belt. If you guys ever have a chance to buy an older Classic Shields one that has a thinner leather on it, their leather and the older ones get really. I like the firmer ones, but like I said, these feel like a nice worn leather jacket. But they get a lot more floppy if the people are into the real floppy, like ring used 10-year-old floppy. Classic Shields will do those. Older Classic Shields will do that, which is not bad. But I love the belt. Thanks to Ethan, but she's a beautiful. I'm sorry I broke her. But which side was Bret Hart's that he broke off, or Hogan's? Hogan's was which side?
It was. I thought it was Bret Hart.
Was it Bret? I know Hogan has I have a wrestling magazine with Hogan with one, and it's broke.
Oh, was
off.
it? Okay.
Yeah, I have a magazine where he's doing a pose, and it was on there. Do you want me to measure these, Richard, too?
Yeah, because I want to get mine done, but I want it bigger in the shops because I'm going to sell my shop version.
Do you want me to measure a Reggie one or this one?
A Reggie one, if it's bigger plates.
I mean, I think that they look the same size, but I'll measure them and get them.
Because I know some come about 10 and some come 11 too. I've seen them.
That's it. They're supposed to be about 11. You're right. That ring a bell.
Very nice.
Oh, you want me to measure them now? Is that or wait,
no?
No.
No.
We got 1 minute left to the show, so you can do it after the show if you want to. We'll still stay on here. Platinum says should be 9.5 by 13. So,
hold on, we'll solve it right now. Wait a second.
Okay, we got 1 minute left.
1 minute.
Yeah, I need to clear the room here in a minute.
Yeah, Mark's gonna be evicted from the studio.
Yeah,
and then he's gonna go for the title.
Yeah.
Which one is it tonight?
I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe this unfinished dome globe.
There you go.
Hold on, measuring the Reggie now. Hold on.
We're gonna go overtime. Below, get back out.
Overtime.
Overtime. Ding, 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 ding. We don't have a time limit draw, I don't guess.
Okay, it was right at the 10 mark on my Reggie right at just under the 10 mark. Let's see, 9 3/4 on the Reggie, and this classic shield was 9.5.
Okay. Platinum says should be 9.5 by 13.
Yeah, but that's the same size as
You're
the
that
shop
good.
one. I want it bigger. I want it a little bit bigger.
So it was a 4th inch. But Reggie always said to everything, he never got everything exactly the same either each way. So even on his leather work. But yeah, I would be at least the 9.5.
Well, we are at the end of our show, our airtime, and I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. This was a good show tonight, guys. Appreciate your input.
Definitely.
And I appreciate you guys. I mean, we support each other. I think we got a good core group here. We got a good core group of people that watch the show and are in the groups. So we thank you for joining us this week. We'll be back next week for another hopefully spectacular show and a shower.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Kevin, I got to get one of those.
Oh,
A
man.
bullshit?
Okay. So on that on that note, we're going to the show. We'll be back next week. So enjoy. I hope you had a good holiday, by the way, the 4th of July holiday.
Definitely, man.
Hope you had a safe one. And mine was partially enjoyable, partially work. So
Thank you. Love you, buddy.
We got a weekend
Prayers to
coming up
Ben,
tomorrow.
prayers
So
to Hammer.
Thank you.
have a
everybody
great
that's
weekend,
going
people. We'll see you next week. We'll be back here at the same time, same bat channel. Good night, everybody.